It's game week. It's week one for MRA Football 2026. And the Patriots are going to head up to Middle Tennessee on Friday and take on one of the top teams in 6A Tennessee football. We're talking about the Ravenwood Raptors. So week one is here. Game week's here. We're glad you're here. This is Hey Coach on the Patriot Sports Network. I'm your host. I'm Philip Palmertree. Really glad to be here as the host and also as the voice of MRA Livestream this year. And I'm a lot of fun at parties, but you did not tune in to hear me talk about me. You came to hear me talk to the man to my right here. He's the star of our show. He's head coach Herbert Davis. We're here live at Walk On Sports Bistro on Highland Colony Parkway in Ridgeland over by the Costco. We're going to be here on Monday evenings right here at this time on the Patriot Sports Network, but you ought to be here in person because it's a whole lot more fun. Great atmosphere and tremendous food with Cajun flair. Don't just week to week warm up that half-eaten quesadilla in the microwave. Come and enjoy the great food here at Walk-Ons. Coach Davis, good to be with you, and let's talk about where we are. It's been 3 months since the school year ended. Would you give us an overview of what's been going on with Patriot football over the last 3 months, and especially this ramp up to the 2026 season?
Yeah, a lot of hard work, trying to get a young, inexperienced team ready to go. We've got a lot of guys back that's very good players, but a little unique this year. We got a lot of guys that doesn't have a lot of playing experience on the field. So, but it's been good. They've worked hard. I think they're ready to play. I don't think they're ready to play yet. We got a little bit more work, and then we'll be ready to play. But they're ready to play, and it's going. We got a huge game to start out the year with one of the top programs in Tennessee.
Coach, you've been doing this for a while. I'm curious to know about how your approach to conditioning for the football players and the approach to preseason camp has changed, what it's like now compared to the approach and the system, the structure that you started out with when you first became a head coach.
Yeah, well, it's we try to take care of them a lot better. Obviously, at the same time, it is still a physical football game, so you got to be able to at some point put the pads on and be able to hit somebody. But we've had a lot of little nagging injuries through the summer and even up until this past week. And so we've had to do a lot more of taking care of ourselves and stuff like that. And look, I thought we were physical in our scrimmage and in our jamboree. So, hopefully it hadn't affected us in a bad way there. But we try to take care of them probably physicality-wise, but conditioning-wise, strength and conditioning, tempo at practice, we push them pretty hard.
Well, you and I are both from the era where there were those brutal two-a-day camps in August leading up to the season. Of course, nowadays this conditioning strength thing is 12 months a year sort of prospect for the players, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're able to practice in the summer, which is a huge deal. I mean, honestly, except for just a few things, starting day of fall practice, we probably could play a game that day. We're that much ahead of where we were back in those days. Even I don't know. We've been doing that ever since I've been here. I've been doing that probably the last 15 years. But we probably had to put some particulars together to be a little better. But we could have easily played a game day one of fall camp.
A couple of times you've already used the word physical. Of course, you want to have a physical ball club. Unpack that term, and what are the things you want to see in players regardless of what position they play, whether they're on the front lines or whether they're receivers, special teams, whatever. What are the components that go into good physical MRA football?
Well, the game has changed as far as 53 yards wide, 100 and something yards long, 100 what? I guess we only got to cover 100. If it goes past 100, we're in trouble, unless we got the ball. But, the thing that's changed, man, is just the open field tackling and the, space out there all over the place with offensive football now. And so it's so different a game. But one thing that hadn't changed, you still got to block and tackle. And so you got to lay hands on somebody at some point and be physical. And, that's what still wins football games.
Coach, what are some things that you've learned about this 2026 squad from going through these August practices and some of the scrimmage opportunities that your team has had?
I think we've got a good group of kids. Again, we just got a group that's continued to mature each and every day. I think I had somebody ask me over the weekend, some of the press, asked me what I'm looking for in this game. Maturity is one of them. Can we handle things if it goes bad? Can we handle things if it goes good? Can we each and every snap have the focus to be disciplined and do our fundamentals and techniques and assignments that it's going to take to be able to beat a great football team like this? And then, the physicality we talked about, but then also the execution. We've got to be able to execute and on both sides of the ball, and probably the team that executes the most and makes the least amount of mistakes going to win game one.
When you move from one season to another, it's typical to have some shifts and changes on your coaching staff. Got a couple of those this year. In fact, one of those big shifts is what you do on the sidelines. Tell us about some of the new blood that's come in and some of the changing roles with the coaching staff for this year.
Yeah, well, lost Coach White, been a great coach for us a long time, and I felt like I wanted to do some things a little bit different on defense. A lot of stuff is not different, but a lot of things we are doing some things different. And I just didn't know if I could find that guy. I tried to, really couldn't find that guy. And then, of course, when it opened up, I offered the job to Jacob, but I didn't know if he was going to come, And so during that meantime, I was kind of going back and forth on, could I find a defense coordinator, could I not? And if I didn't, who would be my offensive coordinator? But anyway, as you can see, it settled in. I'm doing the defense. Coach Land, who played for me, coached with me in 21, and then going on and won the state championship himself as a head coach. It come in very familiar with our offense. We've got Philip Short. Kenny Williams has been in the system. Kenny's been in it forever. Short played in it, now coached in it his third year. And then Mike Espy's in his third year with us. So those guys are very familiar with what we do on offense. And they've put their own little twist on it this year, and it's been really good to see. They've done some great things that I think is going to be really helpful for us to be successful on offense. And each year is different, personnel-wise, and so we're there adjusting that well too. So, between that and the new stuff, defensively we really revamped the whole system, terminology-wise and everything. So we really struggled all summer till we finally kind of got it down. We kind of started hitting our stride a little bit the last week, so hopefully we can continue on and carry that into game one.
You mentioned your changing role, defensive coordinator, and Jacob Land, who we're going to talk to in the next segment, taking over as offensive coordinator. You've done that a couple of times in your career. How has your time invested as an offensive coordinator helped you take on defensive coordinator responsibilities?
Well, a lot of people don't know, all 4 years I coached in college, I actually coached defense, which helped me offensively. And of course, vice versa now. But I really did both at all the small schools I was at, even Pillow in 06 and 07. I did both sides of the ball. And so really, dang near probably done both sides of the ball everywhere I've been except here. And so I've done it before, and defense has kind of always been something that I've been a little particular about, especially coaching it in college. So it's kind of fun. Honestly, I've been here a while, kind of looking for maybe something a little new. And this has really satisfied me. It really has. I'm excited. We're doing something new. We're doing something unique that a lot of people in the state of Mississippi are not doing defensively right now. So we kind of have to set the tone offensively. Maybe we can do that defensively now because we're doing some things that hopefully can help our guys be successful on the defensive side of the ball.
Coach Herbert Davis talking to us about a week one lid lifter on this 2026 season. MRA heading up to Ravenwood, Tennessee in the Brentwood, Franklin area. Long trip, but you can watch it on the Patriot Sports Network if you can't make the trip. And every week we'll be bringing you live stream of MRA football. We're going to let Coach have a rest, and he'll come back for our final segment. But coming up, we're going to talk to a new face who's not exactly a new face around MRA. We're going to talk to Jacob Land, assistant coach, and offensive coordinator. We'll talk about the Patriots offense when we come back, but first you're going to hear from our sponsors as Hey Coach continues on the Patriot Sports Network.
Just like Friday Night Lights, we're all about protecting what matters most: our families, our neighbors, and our community.
At Meeks Cockcroft Agency, we're proud to serve the people who build our town, from general contractors and subcontractors to local business owners.
From personal insurance to full-scale business coverage, we're here for it all.
We're local, we're independent, and we're here when it counts.
From the sidelines to the job site, let Meeks Cockcroft Agency elevate your insurance experience today.
Ely's is a proud sponsor of MRA Patriot Athletics. Come try our USDA Prime New York Strip, bone-in filet, New England scallops, or sauteed Gulf crab claws. Ely's also offers an extensive wine list and bar selections. Ely's, upstairs on Jackson Street in Ridgeland. Good luck, Patriots.
What makes you smile? Is it biting into the right meal or who you eat it with? Is it feeling like you're ready to take on the world? Or when your whole world smiles back at you? At The Winning Smile, we're committed to helping you discover your best smile. And we are so proud to serve our communities and offer our state-of-the-art solutions, compassionate care, and personalized treatment plans to keep your mouth healthy. Because your smile is our passion. Learn more at thewinningsmile.com.
Hey, my name is Catherine Moss. I'm head of sales at Mississippi Smart Homes. And the problem with smart home technology is that a lot of people don't know it's out there and they don't know how to use it. That's why we have a showroom located in Ridgeland, Mississippi, where you can touch, see, and feel all of our products. So if you're interested but don't know where to start, particularly if you're building a new construction, stop by the showroom today. I'd love to help and show you all of the full services that we have to offer, because at the end of the day, no one truly does what we do.
Back with more Hey Coach on the Patriot Sports Network. Hey, if you're watching us on that Patriot Sports Network on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe box. You'll get some notifications whenever we come on the air with not just football, but also with volleyball, softball going on right now. You want to keep up with MRA Athletics. You also ought to download the MRA Athletics app, and that'll keep you up to date with schedules, with posts about the accomplishments of MRA student athletes, schedules, score updates, so much stuff there. Easy access to these broadcasts, all available on a free app that you can download to your mobile device. So remember to look for the MRA Patriots Athletics app. Getting our second segment going here. Hey Coach, we are live at Walk On Sports Bistro. We've got Jacob Land with us, assistant head coach and offensive coordinator, but he's no stranger to longtime MRA fans. He's got a long legacy here at MRA going back. In fact, let's see, what was your last year here on the staff at MRA?
Yeah, well, it was a quick one. It was 2021. We were here for 1 year before I got the job over at Lamar, but that was the last time we won a state championship. So I'm hoping maybe I'm the lucky charm or something like that. Bring a little magic back this year.
Well, you've spent some time away at Lamar School. Great folks over there, great school. Talk about how that experience has shaped you in coming back as an assistant coach. There's no experience like head coach experience. And how has that shaped you as you come back home, so to speak?
Yeah, really a lot, because the organization, the communication especially too. When you're the head coach, you've got to be in charge of everything, and you kind of got to have your hand in everything. So coming back here is really nice, just being in charge and having your hand in the offense. You don't have to worry about the special teams or if the defense has had a good game plan or whatnot. You don't have to worry about necessarily the communication to parents. You just get to worry about offense. So it's kind of been nice, because I felt like a lot of that stress and other pressure that comes with being the head coach has been taken off of me. and so I just get to focus on offense. And the other parts of it is being a head coach, when you're coaching offense, because that's what I did at Lamar, I really had, and it really stressed me to learn every position, not just learning with the quarterbacks and receiver in the pass game, which I felt like I was very comfortable in doing when I was here in 21. But when going to Lamar, you really had to learn the ins and outs, even up front, the offensive line, the pass protections, the run game. So I feel like I've just grown as a coach schematically, but also as a coach is understanding the organization of how to structure an offense and really how to structure a team.
As you come back to MRA, you certainly find the cupboard loaded up front on the offensive line. I know it makes you happy to scheme and plan with those 5 guys who are penciled in as starters.
Yeah, really, when you look across the board, Big Clay over there and Brody Brown, those guys, starting over them at tackle, 6'4", 6'5", around 300 pounds. Both of them can move. They've been really well coached. Coach Williams has done a great job preparing them for their senior year. And then, of course, everybody knows about Caleb Unger, who's moving to center this year. That's probably the position he'll play in college, so we're trying to get him a little prepared for that, but he's also does such a great job calling out our fronts. He's been playing, it feels like, since he was in 7th grade, so he has that experience. And then the 2 new guards are as talented as really the other 3. Hayden Edwards, a new kid to school here, has really grown a lot. And Brooks Aycock, Brooks has got all the potential in the world, not only to be a successful college player, but really possibly be playing on Sundays. He's 6'6", 300 pounds as a 15-year-old right now, and every day he keeps getting better. So those 5 guys have been good. We've got some depth there too. Reeves Drury has done a really good job for us as well. Unfortunately, lost Harper Moore. He was having a great 2-a-days, hurt his foot. But we've also kind of developed some depth. VZ Williams has done a good job for us too. So excited about those 5 guys up front, but also feel like we have some depth just in case one of those guys goes down, which has happened a little bit this 2-a-days in this fall camp. So really, really feel nice. It is nice to have some 300-pounders up there because I'm kind of used to the 190 pounds. Yeah. You know how that smaller league works. You kind of plug in a skill guy that can't run very fast, and so it's nice to have some 300-pound hog milers up front that can lean on you a little bit.
Well, of course, winning football requires good defense, good special teams, but what usually gets people's attention is, can we score points? Can we move the ball up and down the field? This 2026 season, this MRA team heading up to Ravenwood on Fridays, going to have a new signal caller back there, but some experience in the backfield with it.
Yeah, and I really think the whole offense starts not only with the offensive line, but the run game, which includes Colson O'Kane. I think Colson's overall maybe our most dynamic athlete on the field, and so we've got to develop a lot of ways to get him the ball. I'm telling you, Favor Ridgeway, a sophomore, as his backup, and they kind of complement each other because Favor does a lot of the same things Colson does. But yeah, when you're talking about quarterback, I think that's what MRA is pretty much known for, is the passing game. So Austin Banks has kind of waited his time. He had the year with us down there in the 5A league at Kapai when we were at Leake and Lamar, so we got to see him a little bit as a freshman. But man, he just has worked so hard, and that's one thing you can say about Austin. He's a hard worker that loves football. And then Corey Elder, that's the guy that I think that excites a lot of people. As a young 9th grader, he can really do everything. And so it's developing Corey, because there might be some times throughout the year you see Corey do some things, and you might see him this Friday because he does bring a different skill set to our football team. But yeah, I'm really excited about Austin. His maturity and the way he's led these 2-a-days has been great.
MRA, as you said, has been known for big arm quarterbacks, stretching the field vertically against opponents, having a lot of speed out there at receiver. Give us a little 30,000-foot view, if you would, of the receiver group.
Yeah, well, we got really better after 4th of July when Holt Adams came back out. He did his baseball thing, and he is a great baseball player, but I think the love of the game of football just kept tugging at him. And so Holt, maybe he might be our go-to guy, but I really feel like we've got 4 or 5 go-to guys. I think Caden Ward has taken the next step in his development. Obviously, Jack Dalton. And it was really nice. One of the reasons maybe I came back is because I saw another Dalton brother. In 21, I had Davis, and Davis just lit up the scoreboard. And Jack's very similar to Davis, too. So those 3 guys. Dre Morgan, I know he plays a lot of defense, but he's really our explosive, take the top off top guy. Made a big play in the scrimmage the other day. Devin Alford has really developed and grown. I think he's continued to grow maturity-wise, and I think that's really going to help us too. So when Friday night rolls around, you might see a lot of guys. You probably see 4 steady guys with Jack, Holt, Devin, and Caden, but then you're going to see guys like Dre, Brett Tyler too. He plays a lot of defense, but those 2 guys will kind of complement. When we can steal them from Coach Davis, they'll see some playing time on the receiver. But I like our guys. They're a little bit older, so they have the experience. Maturity-wise, they don't maybe have the experience game-playing-wise, because I don't know how much they played in the last, but I'm excited about them because they complement each other well, they catch the ball well, and they're physical, long receivers too.
All right, before we let you go, I'm going to go off script and ask Coach Land a question that helps us get to know him a little better. He's here with his family tonight. Here's a question to get to know Coach Land better. Tell us which kind of vacation is most fits in with the vibe of the Land family. I'm going to give you 4 choices: beach, mountain, amusement park, or a cruise.
Oh, I could have stopped you at the first one. The one that maybe fits in the best, my dad works at the school too, Mr. Land, is probably letting my kids hang out with them, and my wife and I go into Cabo for about a week at an all-exclusive resort where we sit on the beach and people wait on us. That would fit my personality perfect, but the beach is what I would 100% say fits our vibe.
See, the key to being a great host is ask questions where there's not a wrong answer. There's certainly not a wrong answer there. That sounds awesome. Coach Land, thanks for giving us some time here on Hey Coach. Good to have you back on the OCR, and we wish you and the Patriots good luck against Ravenwood on Friday night.
Thank you. Can't wait to see y'all up there in Nashville.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, we're going to take one more break and come back and bring Coach Davis back. We're going to preview this Week 1 contest coming up Friday night up in Middle Tennessee against Ravenwood, so don't go anywhere as Hey Coach continues on the Patriot Sports Network.
Great design doesn't just shape buildings, it shapes communities. At M3A Architecture, we believe every project tells a story. From concept to completion, our team brings vision, precision, and purpose to every space we create. Whether it's education, community-focused athletic facilities, or commercial design, M3A Architecture delivers innovative solutions built to last. M3A Architecture, designing with intention, building for the future.
Oh my. Oh, no, 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 no! Blue, black, red. Perfect.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Do the Ravens have it this year? Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Yeah, hard.
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. Let's go. Oh, you know we got it. Let's fight. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
Thanks for staying with us. We're back for one more segment of Hey Coach for Week 1 of the 2026 season. I'm Philip Palmertree, your host. We're at Walk-Ons on Highland Colony Parkway in Ridgeland, and really glad that you joined us. And we want to remind you to join the Patriot Athletic Club. You want to get in the pack. In fact, I'm going to ask Coach Davis here about what that support that comes through the Patriot Athletic Club means for the MRA football program.
Oh yeah, just all our athletics in general. We have such great support, and it's nothing like seeing the stadium packed on Friday night. It's truly a it's more than just a game. It's an event, and you want to be there.
All right, week one's on the road. We can talk about taking a long trip up to Middle Tennessee, up to the Brentwood area, and taking on Ravenwood High School. They went 14-1 last year. The only game they lost was a state championship matchup. Very talented group, and I'm going to let Coach Davis talk about what he sees to be some of the crucial matchups in this game. And of course, before we're done, we're also got to talk about a family angle on this as well. But let's talk about it in the X's and O's, the execution, strategy, things that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, they're one of their strengths on defense, their defensive line, and of course we've got a good O-line, but we do have some youth there, so that's one factor I can see. If we can come through an offensive line and find a way to block those guys, I think that's advantage us. And then on defense, I feel like we got to be able to hold up on the back end. We got the most inexperienced back there in the secondary, and so when we're playing against a Division I quarterback. Yeah, this will be his first game, but he's already got Vanderbilt offer and several others, and very cerebral, very good quarterback. So hopefully we can mix up the pressures we can bring at him, but also the coverages we can throw at him. So when we do that, we're going to have guys make plays back there. And I think if we can do those two things, then we got a chance to win this football game, a really good chance.
Week one, you always think about nerves. There are some of those young men who are going to be asked to step in as starters. They haven't done it before. Everybody's on edge. We talk about trying to minimize pre-snap penalties and mistakes, that sort of thing. What's something that you try to do as a head coach to help mitigate that and help these players play loose and play fast and physical football?
We talked about it last Thursday night at the Jamboree. I mean, you play the game to have fun, so really on Friday nights, I'm pretty intense during practice. But on Friday nights, I try to just be calm and have fun and have a good, little approach with the guys to just have that, kind of give them that, hey, let's have fun. We believe in you kind of type atmosphere. And, we'll try to do the same thing and just, have fun, believe in yourself. And you put the work in, believe in what you work for, believe in what we do, and trust each other. And, we can do that. You can have a great team. Now, obviously, there's that other side. We always talk about, hey, we're going to make a mistake. Somebody's going to make a big play. How we handle that adversity, is going to probably could be the difference in the game.
Yeah, you can't let one mistake become two, become three, and kind of a domino thing. Yeah. But to learn and move on from those mistakes. Of course, one more question that you get asked a lot. We were doing this 52 weeks ago when Ravenwood came to our place to play to open the 2025 season. Talked about this personal angle, this family angle. Your son Hayden being on the staff, offensive coordinator for the Ravenwood Raptors. Now you're moving over to the defensive side of the ball, and so basically sort of on opposite sides of the table, scheming against each other. What are some of the thoughts, both as a coach and as Papa, as this week one unusual circumstance is right in front of us?
I'll speak for both of us. When we walk out on the field, I'm sure we're going to try to kick each other's tail.
Yeah.
As dad and son, we're ready to get this over and not ever let it happen again. Yeah. It's pretty tough. It was probably a little tougher than what we thought. I mean, I think he was more upset last year that we lost, seeing, beating dad, and if you saw some of those pictures, he was pretty emotional. But, hey, we're going to give it our best, of course. Obviously, that's who we are. But, we're going to hopefully, I think we both hope we can win this game and move on.
That sounds like a good plan. We'll head up to Tennessee on Friday. If you can't make it, you can watch it on the live stream on the Patriot Sports Network. Hope you'll do that, and I hope you'll be with us on Mondays. We're going to try to do this again week after week at at Walk-Ons in Ridgeland. We appreciate Amy Love taking care of all of us here at Walk-Ons, Lee Gladden behind the camera getting us on the air, and we appreciate Jacob Land joining us, and also, of course, our star every week, Coach Herbert Davis. Thanks. We wish you and the team well in the long trip, and hopefully we'll be back here in a week talking about a victory.
Absolutely. That's the plan.
That's the plan. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Again, I'm your host, Philip Palmertree, signing off. Join us again next week on the Patriot Sports Network.